Yo, what's going on, kings and queens? Your boy Byron, CEO of Self-Rise Enterprise, and today we are back with another video. Today I want to speak on how I robbed $1 million mansion, right? And I was able to go from a gangster to a god. I'm going to talk about my ambitions towards laying in the wet grass and how I got to that point. I'm also going to talk about how I was scared straight. And I'm going to talk about what scared straight mean. I ain't talking about scared because ain't nothing scare me but death. You know what I'm saying? And even with death, I know it's inevitable. So I've accepted it. We ain't gonna talk about that. I want to talk about how I was able to come from that path and end up, a family man trying to build an empire, trying to build an enterprise. I want to talk about my path towards destruction and how I was able to switch the paradigm, switch the way that I look at life. And yeah, man, I don't want to waste no more time. We're gonna talk about how I robbed $1 million mansion in my city with some close friends from high school. And I want to talk about how it began and how it ended. So without further ado, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and let's get it. All right, so I wanna start by saying that I was a product of my thinking and actions. Okay, so I was the type of dude, if you ever saw Friday Night Lights, I believe that's what the movie's called. There was a character, his name was Boobie Miles, right? Everybody who's into football, they know who Boobie Miles is, right? Boobie Miles was the type of dude, he would come if the whole team was obligated to wear Nike, he would come in and he would put on Adidas, right? If the whole team was obligated to lift, he would go and jump in the pool. If the whole team was obligated to come on a Saturday, he would say that he had something else to do. But he was a star player on the team. He was like better than everyone on the team. So this God-given ability allowed Boobie Miles to move around life as he pleased, right? But one thing about life is that it's gonna always humble you. It's gonna humble you to the point where you're gonna have to do the things that you didn't want to do from the beginning, right? A lot of things are really about the thinking and the actions that you put into the universe, and the universe is going to get you right back. And this is exactly who I was. I didn't work out with the team. I didn't work out with my teammates. I was real arrogant. I was real confident, but that confident, it rubbed people, really rubbed people the wrong way. And I can already tell just by my confidence and who I was and how I carried myself, it made people feel some type of way, right? So I was the type of dude who I didn't really care about being in big crowds, you know what I'm saying? As long as the people that I did hang around, they was cool and loyal, and you know what I'm saying, everybody wasn't for me. Just because people spoke to me, that didn't mean they were my friends. You know what I'm saying? Just because people hung around me didn't mean they were my friends, right? And it took me a while to understand that my talents and my pros about me were that I was an athlete. I was a great athlete, and people magnetize towards your accomplishments. I couldn't decipher, real from fake, because everybody was showing love, right? All these gestures came in left and right from what I was able to do on the football field. Because in the classroom, it didn't matter. I was an average student. Probably wouldn't have the grades to go to a Division I school, but I had the ability to play at a Division I school. Didn't have the grades, but I had the ability. I didn't have the mindset. I didn't have the right thinking or actions. I was real immature. And looking back at this, I was influenced from everything around me. And so in my city, in my culture, sometimes taking a life, it will validate you being a man. You robbing someone will validate you that you're a man. You being able to go back and forth with certain neighborhoods with people that you played Pop 1 football with, and you guys are now on each other's heads and real deal trying to kill each other, that can get you respect, right? So being off it's like GTA, being really living the GTA lifestyle will get you respect, right? Will get you the social currency that you want. And for those who don't know what social currency is basically it'll get you likes on Facebook, right? So when you post something and you do something on Facebook, people will see it, they'll like it, they'll share it, they'll comment. You know, you'll get some type of cool point as per se for the things that you're able to do with the way you think and the way you act. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that thinking translated towards being a gangster, right? Because a lot of OGs, a lot of music, the culture, and my peers, this is what we looked up to. So inevitably, it hit me to know that maybe this is the lane that I have to choose, right? Instead of going towards the things that I am interested in, let me go towards the things that will get me, you know what I'm saying, social currency. And at the time, again, my thinking and my actions were way off. I had to be humbled by life, but that was soon on its way. That was on my path, and it was soon to come, right? So I was a product of my thinking. I was a product of my actions, right? Everything promoted this lifestyle to be a gangster. Everything around me promoted to go be that person, you know. I had a good dad. My dad is a plumber, you know what I'm saying, and my dad had the knowledge to know, like, okay, you know, I'm gonna do side jobs because the regular 9-to-5 thing isn't enough for me, right? Probably one of the most greatest jewels he ever gave to me was taking me to side jobs. That's just my opinion. I wouldn't be who I am if he wasn't that person to make me go to these side jobs and deal with changing toilets, dealing with the pipelines for the house, digging, being putting in that work. If I didn't have my father, I would definitely be motherfucking Al Capone of my city. And so by me already having this in my heart, it's like a butterfly leaving a cocoon. As the butterfly is hatching from the cocoon, its natural desire is to already go find some pollen or find some type of flower so it can pollinate, so it can do its thing, right? It's no different when a young man is exposed to something and he yearns for that so much to where you can't get mad when he go off and you find out he's dead, because you've already sat him down. You've already gave him the game, right? All you could do is send flower to his funeral. The yearning from the young man's heart to go be a thug weighed more than your words. So then I move on to my ambitions towards the wet grass. My ambitions towards the wet grass is my ambitions to be a professional robber, to be able to actually sit in the grass 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning, wait until you come home from work, wait until you pull in your driveway, you know what I'm saying, to do the worst, right? So my ambitions towards that lifestyle, towards laying in the wet grass, to sit on somebody till they came home, that died. That yearning in my heart was there. It was one day where one of my friends had called me and asked me if I wanted to hit a lick. Now the house belonged to one of my teammates, right? And his uncle was, I believe he was a millionaire who owned a house. He owned a amusement park, right? And I already really didn't like the nigga on the team. He was really a fuck boy in my eyes, right? I ain't even gonna say no names because it's just to protect the innocent. But I say that, long story short, we pull up, we kind of lay on the house, see what's going on. We got the story that the people had went out of town, and this was something that I already was yearning for. So when the opportunity presented itself, there was he didn't even have to finish the whole sentence before I was already on board. Again, this was already in me, right? This was my ambitions towards the wet grass. We picked up 2 other individuals, right? And at the time, I'm thinking like, okay, I'm the youngest in the car, and again, music, culture is music. That is music that talks about this exact situation, sitting in the car on our way to hit a lick. There's so much music out there that can influence you through it. It's gonna almost push you through. It's like a general giving you words of ambition towards the enemy, right? When the enemy gets here, we're gonna die about this. We're gonna die for our land. We're gonna die for this purpose, right? And so a lot of these rappers and a lot of music and the culture is almost, is set up just like that. It's set up to be like, you know, it's like a war cry. It's war cry music. That's exactly what it is.
I be on a paper chase. I've been thugging, getting money since my teen days. I was 16 on Central selling boy and yay. Yo, they beating on my door. Shit dripping from their nose. Yeah, they screaming they won't mold me a little soldier. At the block on lock, we had our own trap. It was the one-stop shop. We had dust, blues, heroin, and one drop. We had them junkies lined up all through the parking lot. I had a 4-5. The soldier had a big Glock, case you won't try. You get knocked out your socks. We was hood rich, so we weren't worried about no bitch. We were too busy thugging, chasing dead presidents. It's that trap shit, no bricks, but I had Vicks. I was selling grandmans to your man, getting rich. She ain't snort coke, but she smoked that glass dick. I thought I'd let you know. Young trapper, chasing checks, I'm about my money. Don't you come short, cause if you do, you won't get what you want. I got shit to shoot, got shit that you can snort. I got shit to pop, got shit that you can smoke. I'm about my money.
It's gonna get you through whatever the fuck you finna about, you whatever you're about to do. It can get you through. A certain music out there that can get you through a murder, that can get you through a robbery, that can get you through cooking up dope in the kitchen. Is shit that can get you through, like, even if you committed a murder, there's music that'll cope that, right? That's gonna justify that it's okay to do that, because the rapper or the OG or the culture or the peers have pushed that. You get what I'm saying? So I say that I was caught on camera trying to penetrate $1 million home, right? And during the process of me robbing the home, I was doing everything. I was trying to get in I was lifting up windows. I was trying to kick in doors. I was trying to do everything. And everybody was behind me. Everybody was tiptoeing behind me, trying to stay in the dark, right? Not really trying to go towards the light, right? But my heart was like already set to do this. So I was the one I was really the stepper in the situation. You know what I'm saying? I was the one that would have told everybody else what to do. You know what I'm saying? And at the time and then right there in action, I realized that I was a pawn on the board and not a valuable soldier, because they wasn't ready to go to war with me. They were standing behind me while I was doing everything, right? So I say, when shit hit the fan, shit hit the fan. I was caught on camera, and my coach called me, kicked me off the team. You know, my pops find out. My pops is real strict, man. My pops was real strict growing up, and he was the type to not let me go to the movies on Friday night, just so he could prevent that. It's like a pit bull. Once you let him off the chain, he gone. You know, he gonna haul ass down the street. That's what happened. You know, told him I was going to church. I was going to Bible study, and I was actually going to rob $1 million home. Yeah, man, that didn't end good. Pops was real upset. Pops was real mad with me, man. Grams, my grandma, I love my grandma. My grandma raised me. She was real mad at me as well too. You know, my mom, she was mad. You know, she left all that to my dad to be, you know, whatever. You know, but I learned a lot. I learned a lot within that week of sitting in that house, waiting for my arrest, or waiting for the charges to be pressed against me for trespassing or trying to enter without, you feel me, just being there. You know, I was waiting for that day to come, and in the process of waiting for the police to come knock at my door to take me to jail, and then I just realized, like, that's not who I am. You know, I prefer to have intellectual conversations about, you know what I'm saying, shit that got nothing to do with being a gangster. You know, I like to have conversations that does have nothing to do with laying in the wet grass, right? Trying to cause destruction on my life and on other people's life, right? So I say that I was scared straight, for sure. I began banging myself, myself, and I. I had no cliques, no friends, right? I had a heart that was troublesome, but the shoes didn't fit me. My heart was troublesome, but the shoes to be troublesome didn't fit me, right? So God rerouted me to this very moment right here speaking in front of this mic. I would not be here if it wasn't for the right movement that I made, the right thinking, the right actions. I had to recalibrate my thinking. I had to recalibrate my actions, and I had to try to be something better than I was. You know what I'm saying? So I got a job, man. Football didn't work. I got a job. And then I started to learn how to detail. Once I started to learn how to detail, I was able to start doing cars and start booking trucks for my friends and family. Use those photos, and I started to get out there more, started booking accounts. I started to go to network meetings. I started to really see that the real winners sold a product or they sold a service. They wasn't trying to kick in no doors. They wasn't trying to take from people. They wasn't trying to be no gangster, man. Like, they didn't have no dreads, no gold teeth, no tattoos. You know what I'm saying? These people were straightforward family people that had kids, that had a house, that had cars, that had, you know what I'm saying, ownership, that had pool. They can leave anytime they want and go to whatever country they want, right? They had employees to take care of. They had, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, this feels right. This feels more right than laying in the wet grass, you know? And so I said that I went from a gangster to a god.
Give liberation lyrics to our people that will uplift them and not degrade them and put them down. Because if we follow the same filth of the white man's world, then our world will go down under the weight of filth and corruption the same way the white man's world is going down. And so to our young brothers and sisters, don't try to pattern your life. You're criticizing the Butts and the other Toms, but at the same time, you're trying to be like the Italian gangsters. You gangster rap. You dress like Al Capone. You dress like some other cracker, some Jew gangster, some Italian gangster. You're not a gangster. You are the very people of God, trying to look like some damn criminal from Italy, some mafioso, some Italiano boy. Look like fools on TV, dressed up in all of this mess. You diss black designers. You don't want to wear the clothes from your black designers. You wearing Tommy Hill nigga. You wearing polo, because you've been so damn poor and you've been living so damn low until you don't want to do nothing to pick yourself up and do something for yourself and give proper direction and guidance to the masses of your people who yearn to breathe free.
I went from a gangster to a god because I started to educate myself on the culture of black people, Africans, right? And I know people get it twisted saying that you're not African if you were born in America, but that's where I come from. That's where my people come from, right? So yes, I am. You know, I'm an African American. You feel me? And I feel like I need to start learning more about that the African part than the American part, because the American nigga is more so the Al Capone nigga trying to be the mob nigga. Like, we gotta be gods. We gotta be gods. And the black man is God. Everything stems from black. We are the original man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, I wanted to speak on how I robbed $1 million mansion and how the road towards laying in the wet grass didn't end so well. My thinking, my action, my music, the culture, the OGs, the peers around me, you know what I'm saying? The troublesome in my heart to go do wrong, it evaporated quickly soon as I was able to see that the shoes that I had on my feet didn't fit, right? So being a man does not require you taking somebody else's life or taking from other people. It's actually the opposite. If you can give life, if you can give things to other people, and when I mean things, I'm just saying like love, knowledge. You give influence. You can give inspiration. You know, you can give people enough energy, and you can put that battery in their back to change their whole family for generations to come. You know what I'm saying? And it's more positive ways to get by. You know, out here, I know a lot of black people don't have many options, but that's because we don't make the options that broad. We only give ourselves a few, and a lot of us not even willing to put the work in. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us already are winning, have won many times over in life. You know, so I say that we got to be yourself, man. Be yourself. You got to be able to know the difference between wrong and right. You got to be able to stand up for yourself. If you're going to be banging in the gang, bang yourself, you know. Me, myself, and I, that's my gang. You feel me? And my children, you know, and my family, people that's really going to be there when I'm down and out. You know, I don't need no temporary ass, halfway ass friends that just see me and keep it moving. You know, don't really care if I live or die. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want nobody like that in my life. Like that boy Gates said, I gotta go where I'm celebrated, not tolerated. You know, so that's what I got for y'all. I hope that you guys appreciated that. That came from the heart, man. I want to be able to speak about my stories. I want to be able to talk about my wrongs. I want to talk about everything I did wrong, and maybe I can change somebody. Maybe I can motivate somebody behind this mic. You know, be able to move them towards deeper waters within themselves, right? That's why this bitch is called Self-Rise Enterprise. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. That's all I got for today. I appreciate you guys. See you later.